everyone! Today I thought I would talk to you all about my job. I have been cabin crew now as an air hostess for a few years, and I really enjoy it. And I remember one thing when I wanted to start flying, although I had the help of my sister who also flies too, I didn't really know a lot about flying. I find that there are forums and there are certain websites dedicated to providing you information, but also it's not that great because I feel like you don't really find out the truth about flying. So this is it, my video, the truth about being cabin crew and flying. The age restrictions for the majority of the airlines in the United Kingdom are 18 years old and over. You have to be 18 years old or over because that is the rules. Certain airlines have different requirements in order for you to be crew. So there are height restrictions, and that is a requirement for the majority of airlines. I think you have to be a minimum of 5'2". However, don't hold a gun to my head on that one. I'm not 100% sure. It could be 5'1", it could be 5 foot. It just depends on the airlines. The reason for the requirement of having to be a certain height is because on certain aircraft, the emergency equipment is located quite high in the overhead lockers, and if you needed to get it, fingers crossed nobody does, you need to be of a certain height, so it's at an easy reach for you. A language used to be, back in the day, quite an important thing. However, certain airlines don't really mind about the language anymore. However, obviously it's a massive benefit if you can speak another language. However, it's not necessary, so don't panic if you can't speak a different language, or you can only barely speak English, because I can only barely speak English, and hey, I got accepted, so don't panic about those little things. So you might be looking at what sort of airline you would like to work for, and this is where the difference in long haul and short haul come into it. So the difference between long haul and short haul. So short haul is a quick there and back, as we call it, without any night stops or layovers or at a long period of time. So say you might be on the ground in a different country for an hour at the most before you land. The cleaners come on, they clean the aircraft, or you clean the aircraft, and then board the next lot of passengers and then take them back to which airport you are flying from. So that is a short haul. Long haul is where you go to these lovely countries and you get to stay over. It might be a night, or 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, etc. There are certain companies which do both. So you could do a mixture between short and long, or there's some companies which do just short, or some that just do just long haul. So those are the differences between short and long haul. So you might want to, before you decide which company to apply for, have a look at the companies which recruit and also what routes they fly to. Because if you want to be going to lovely locations and you want to sit on a beach or go sightseeing or do loads of activities, long haul might be preferred. Or hey, if you want to be in your own bed every single night, then short haul is a great idea. There's lots of pros and cons to both. However, it's just whatever suits you. So make sure that you research the company and find out what routes that they do before you obviously make a commitment and apply to them. So there's lots and lots of airlines which you can go onto the internet and research to find out which one you would like to work for, and also there's lots of different bases to work from. In bases, I mean you could be working from Heathrow or Gatwick or Stansted, Bournemouth, Southampton, any airport really. If you are quite an independent person, you might think to yourself, I'm quite happy moving away from my family and get a nice house share with crew, or you know, your own flat or something. But also it's important to realise as well that if you're not such an independent person, you haven't really left home, sometimes it can be quite a shock on the system when you move away and you're like 3.5 hours away from your family, and you know you're commuting back and forth, and sometimes you have to stay in that Travelodge or the Premier Inn or any hotel, and you can't be at home with your family every single week. One of the most important things about being crew is learning to understand that this job is a lifestyle choice. It's not really like a 9-to-5 job. You don't sit in an office. It's, you know, every single flight is different, and you need to realize as well that you might not be able to go to your boyfriend's mum's 50th, 60th, you know, your sister's 21st. You might not be home for Christmas. So key qualities I would say that cabin crew have to have: you have to be outgoing, you have to be warm, you have to be friendly, and also you have to make sure that you can not get easily offended, because you see a lot when you're crew, and you know you're in charge of an awful lot of people's lives, and you also have to be able to remain calm in any situation. Don't get me wrong, nobody knows how they're going to react in any situation. So for me to say you have to be calm, you know, it's just how you are as a person. Cabin crew is a fun and exciting job. It really is. You meet so many amazing people from all different walks of life, from all different cultures, all around the world, and it's a fascinating job. Basically, you're getting paid for traveling the world. However, you're also getting paid to do a job, and it's a fun job. It's a really fun job if you apply yourself and have fun. That's the best bit of advice I can give you. Application wise, the majority, and like I said, I can't speak for all of the airlines, but from experience and personal knowledge, application wise, you apply online. It's an online application. It gives you 3 or 4 questions outlining yourself, and they will be things to do with you, with past experiences and customer service issues, which you have to answer how you would behave. And I really must say that you can't lie in these applications, because if you are invited to an interview, then they will see you for who you are, because there's so much to an interview. So there's no point in lying. But also just be truthful and just be you. Don't be somebody else. So once you get accepted online, you will be asked to attend an interview. And the interview is quite a long day. It's you know quite testing and quite mentally stressful, but it's a good fun day. It will give you an idea of the airline that you're applying for. It will give you an idea of the people that will work there, and sort of the things that you should expect whilst being crew. So usually every interview is different. I've said that probably about 3,000 times on this video so far, but from experience, once again, you'll be doing a series of personal one-on-one interviews, role plays, just to see how you deal with certain scenarios. Once you interview, you will be contacted via phone or email and told whether or not you have got the job. If you get the job, you will then go on to an intensive training course, which can range from 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more depending on the airline once again. During this training, you will be taught how to deal with an emergency situation, obviously the most important, and also medical. So perks of the job, there are so many perks to flying, it's crazy. You know, you get a good discounted rate for your friends and family to travel all over the world, or just to short haul destinations or wherever you like. Also, it's great on your CV, the amount of customer service and experience you will gain by dealing with so many different people will be amazing for life. So you might think to yourself that you have a gap year from uni and you just want to travel and meet people and build as much confidence and life experience as you can. Then that's a fantastic way to start flying. Or you might see it as a career where you want to progress onto becoming a cabin manager or a manager for the airline or something like that. Or you could just be completely confused with what to do in life and have always fancied it, pointing out to the exits, and you know, you just might want to do something completely different. So cabin crew is for all different types of people. There is not just one person who is suited to the job. All different characters make up an airline and make up a company. So if you think to yourself you're feeling a little bit shy and you're not 100% sure whether or not you would suit the job, I don't agree with that. I find that confidence grows, and sometimes you need to be put in awkward situations in order for your real personality to shine through. So if you're feeling like you really want to do something, do it, just go for it. You know, nothing's stopping you apart from yourself, and you might look back and might regret it. So if you really want to be cabin crew, then have a little look online. If anybody needs any help whatsoever, you can message me, you can comment on this, you can tweet me, you can do whatever you like, and I will help you as much as I can, and also answer any questions that you may have in regards to flying. Just let me know anything. I'll also be doing lots of videos for cabin crew for makeup tips, interview tips, beauty tips, what's to have in your suitcase, what to have in your bag, all of these things. So stay tuned, and like I said before, if you like this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, message me for anything, and I hope you enjoyed this video.